Hi, this is Ellie with Full Moonlight Tarot 20, and this is your daily oracle reading. We've had these cards before, and they just jumped out of the deck as I was shuffling, so this message is meant to be reiterated today. We have clear, cancel, and release, raise your vibration, and signs and reminders. So this is for someone who is very much on a spiritual journey, which I feel like this is most of my viewers. Clear, cancel, and release talks about you being very mindful of your thoughts and the way you talk about yourself, especially in front of others. Because sometimes we tend to put ourselves down in a joking way, even, making sarcastic um, comments about ourselves, putting us down. Anytime you feel you've said something negative or you've thought something negative, especially about yourself, this will lower your vibration. This will lower, honestly, the way you think. Think about this. If you have a negative thought about yourself, think that every cell in your body can hear that. Let's say you're self-critical of your weight, for instance, and you have a negative thought about how you look or how you feel in your body. Every cell in your body hears that. And this is going to negatively impact those cells. So your body is not going to be operating at the level it normally would, because now you have sent negative energy to those parts of your body, and that literally that's actually not going to make your cells work as effectively. Your words and your thoughts, you don't even know how powerful they truly are. So spirit wants you to be very, very conscious, like be very, very mindful. Pay attention to what you say to yourself, pay attention to what you say to others, and pay attention to every thought. And you have the power, even after you have spoken a negative thought or you have thought a negative thought, you then have the power to say, to actually erase that energy by saying clear, cancel, and release. Or just say cancel, or clear this thought, and it will be cleared, and that energy, that negative energy, will not have an impact now. But you have to train yourself to do that, and eventually, when you've trained yourself to be very conscious of every thought and everything you say, eventually you will realize that you will completely stop having those negative thoughts, or saying those negative things to yourself. Now, that's very important because spirit wants you to raise your vibration, because as you raise your vibration, you are helping every person around you, you're helping every living being around you with your energy, and you're actually lifting the collective, you're lifting the vibration of the entire planet. You're really helping everyone around you. So declutter your space at home. That's something you can physically do, because sometimes when we have a lot of clutter around us, that actually brings our vibration down, because everything around you is energy. Everything has a vibration. And if there's old stagnant things sitting around, things you're not using, things that have been sitting there for a long time, so it has stagnant energy, all that stuff is going to bring your energy down. So do a detox, so to speak. Clean up your space, clean up your body. Then you have signs and reminders. This is your ancestors that want you to know that they're around you. They're giving you signs. They want you to know that they're there for any time you need help. If you are going through a tough time, if you need advice, if you don't want to feel alone, then send out a thought. Talk to them. They can hear you. Talk to them in your head or talk to them out loud, and they can hear everything you say. They can tell what you're feeling, and they would love to help you. Now, this is also your spirit team, right? Your spirit guides, your angels, and your loved ones who have passed over, who've crossed over, and ancestors that you probably don't even know, who've passed away long before you were born, who are keeping a close eye on you and trying to help you in this lifetime, because as you raise your vibration and as you evolve, you are your energy is affecting your ancestors as well as over across the timelines. I know this is very hard to understand sometimes with all the timelines, but as you're healing things on this timeline, you're healing all the other timelines too. So, but that's a topic for another day. Um, just work on yourself, work on those negative thoughts, work on trying to raise your vibration, surrounding yourself with people who uplift you. Surround yourself with situations that uplift you. If you're, for instance, in a job where you're not happy, that's going to lower your vibration. If you're constantly around people who make you feel bad, who are negative, people who always have negative things to say, and you spend a lot of time around those people, that is going to lower your vibration. So let go of these connections, step away from these connections, and if you have to be around them, try to limit the time you have to be around them. Switch jobs. I know this is easy for me to say, but when something is not meant for you anymore, if spirit watches for a while and sees how unhappy you are in an environment, and if you are unwilling to move yourself, spirit will move you. And spirit will move you where you are needed and where your energy is more appreciated and where you can grow. So sometimes that means you're going to lose a job and you're going to find something that's more aligned with your energy. Spirit does that. And sometimes it seems like a huge upheaval, but then further in the future, when you look back on what happened, you're so happy that it did happen the way it did, because you realize that you would have kept yourself stuck for so many years in this horrible job. Or this can be a relationship too. You're going to look back and think, oh my God, I would have kept myself stuck in this horrible relationship. And now I'm doing so much better. Look where I'm at. And yeah, like this is what helps you raise your vibration, right? So being happy with yourself and your surroundings and staying away from negativity and stop having negative thoughts about yourself and your environment. Everything you think has an impact, right? Your thoughts create your reality. So that's what I got for you today, guys. Love and light. I will talk with you tomorrow.